At this time, it is my pleasure to introduce the very first Owens Campus Alumni Coordinator, Dr. Ileana Smith. Vice President and Campus Director, Dr. Smith joined Delaware Technical Community College in 1980. She became Vice President and Campus Director of the Owens Campus in 2004. Dr. Smith has contributed to the growth and development of many college areas, including instruction, planning, marketing, public relations, institutional advancement, higher education partnerships, and distance learning initiatives. She has also represented at Delaware Tech in statewide roles. Now, I shortened this, Ileana. I know we have.
Okay, I'll be good.
But I do want to thank Dr. Smith for her continued support of the Alumni Association.
You are most welcome. Well, my thank you to Connie. She is doing a great job as the president of our Alumni Association. I thank you for all the service that you so willingly provide and the leadership of that group. Connie not only serves on the alumni group, she's also a member of the Owens Campus Development Council. Thank you, Connie. Well, I get to say welcome to all of you and good evening. I'm very pleased to have you all here for this wonderful event. Delaware Tech is a very special place. It's a place that's all about family, and bringing people together tonight like this to honor very deserving individuals is what a family ought to do. And we're very, very happy to be able to do this. I also want to thank the people who plan and organize the event, and I want to give a special thanks to Allison Buckley for all she does. I know we thanked her already, but Allison, I don't know where you are. There she is. Thank you very much, as well as the whole planning group for today's event. We appreciate you making this special. The college is so very proud to have this opportunity to recognize our graduates who've gone on and done wonderful things. So there's a long tradition to this Distinguished Alumni Award, and we are very, very honored to have that kind of tradition to carry on. It's a legacy, and the people who will be inducted tonight make us very, very proud. And I have to thank everyone who's here tonight, because you're all here to honor these two individuals. We couldn't do this without all of you being present. I know it means a lot to them to have every single individual who's here. And I know that you all have special connections with our two very deserving honorees, Levi's daddy, Rodney. Hi, Levi. And Sally Broadhurst. Where's Sally over there? We are so very proud of both of you, and it really is our privilege to do this, to recognize your accomplishments. So please allow me to do some introductions. Let me go around. I know you know a lot of these people, but let me start with our representative, Ruth Briggs King. Ruth? And I have to brag, because Ruth is also a graduate of Delaware Tech and a distinguished alumnus herself. We're proud of you, Ruth. And some of the wonderful people I work with every day that I'd like to introduce: Dr. Bobby Behrens, our Dean of Instruction; Beth Rodier, the Assistant to the Campus Director; and Jason Bentley, our Development Director. Our two honorees represent two of our career programs, two of our instructional departments, and they are, as you'll hear from their stories, criminal justice and occupational therapy assistant. And I'd like to introduce the people, who prepare our students for careers in those fields. The two department chair are here with us tonight, and I'd like you to meet them. Keith Faulkner is the department chair for criminal justice. And Joanne Cassidy is the department chair for occupational therapy assistant. And you can't become an alumnus unless you're a student first. And they're here and they matter a lot. They're very important people. And I think we have a few in the audience. Would any Delaware Tech students in the audience stand? I want to recognize you. Thank you for coming. Now, I hope I'm not taking away from the speeches tonight, but I wanted to have the honor of introducing the members of the families. Rodney, may I do that for yours? Okay, can I do that for you too, Sally? Okay, all right. So let me introduce them. For Sally's family, we have her mother, Mary Broadhurst. Mary? And we have Sally's son, Anton Broadhurst. And 3 siblings. Are there more than 3 or just 3? Is that it? Oh, there's 4, but we have 3. Noreen Broadhurst, Jim Broadhurst, and Nancy Broadhurst. Please stand. Stand up, we want to see you. And we also have your nephew, Sally. Okay, Mark Broadhurst. Did I miss any of them? I got them all. Okay. And then turning to Rodney's family. Is he still here, Levi? Oh, he's here. Okay, let's start. Well, we got to start with Rodney's significant other here, and you're going to hear from her a little later, and that's Kim Layfield, his wife. And they have 3 beautiful children, and they're all here. Macy, Cody, and Levi. We have a proud mom and dad for Rodney, Cheryl and Gary Layfield. And Rodney's 2 brothers, Bradley and Derek. Rodney's grandparents are here, Almeda and Mid Murray. And also his in-laws, Sharon and Frank Ulysses. We're all very proud when our loved ones are recognized for their accomplishments. But I think that you would all agree that no one does it alone. So to all the families, we say congratulations, because this honor belongs to you as well, all of you. And I think I speak for Rodney and Sally. We're really honored that you're here. And I still have some more intros. Let me see where I am here. Tonight's ceremony, I wanted to tell you, is the 21st. And now we will have, with Rodney and Sally, 57 distinguished alumni, permanently remembered for their accomplishment by the plaques, the markers that we have outside this building. We'll remember you in many ways, but we're really happy to have that very permanent mark of your having been part of this college. And we're very happy to have present 5 previously inducted distinguished alumni. And I'd like you to stand. So Bonnie Atkins, 1970, graduate of data processing. And Ruth Briggs King, 1977, grad of medical laboratory. I think I said 5, but I think we might be missing 1. So Dr. Donna Smith Moore is here, 1983 graduate, journalism. And Dr. Michael Triglia, 1969, business administration. That was our first class, right?
Yes, ma'am. I was only 7, but yes.
You were only 7, Mike, okay. But, you know, that speaks, sorry that I kind of pointed about age, but I did that because it really shows the strength of this Delaware Tech family. You know, Mike was here a while back, but he's here today. And that means that those roots are strong. So thank you, Mike. Did I miss anyone? I don't think Bernice was able to join us, right? I think I have them all. Well, tonight you're going to hear Sally's and Rodney's inspiring stories. And they're stories of hard work. They're stories of dedication and accomplishment. We're very, very proud that they got that beginning right here at Delaware Tech. And we know that they have taken that and done great things with it. And they are very much a reflection of Delaware Tech. So it means a lot to us to have them tell their story today, back here where they started. Representative Ruth Briggs King has tributes that she's going to bring to each of your tables from our legislature, but I want her to come up and share some of those remarks with the whole group. Ruth?
Thank you. It's my pleasure to be with you tonight. As being alumni, as you've heard, I have a very special place in my heart for Delaware Tech. Tonight, as you receive these awards and your families recognize you, this is not your destination, it's just part of your journey, because I believe that your careers will take you even further and open new doors for you. And it's inherent upon you as being a graduate to bring others along the path. I think the message that you send to people that are here and to your families is that it continued in lifetime learning, that you never stop and that continues on, and you create that passion in others. So I'm very privileged to be with you tonight to celebrate. I see the Layfield clan is here, I'll call them that. I have just a short story, and I wish I knew the Broadhurst as well, but just a short story to share with you. I have watched Captain here coach on the sidelines. I've watched his wife coach on the sidelines. Their styles are very similar. I've heard their daughter make a question to the governor, and I thought she was well prompted at home by her father. And she said, and I'm going to quote you, Macy. She said, "Governor, do you think that Derek Powell, who murdered Chad Spicer, should have his death sentence forgiven?" It was something along that line. And I thought her dad has coached her well here. And I'm sure that in your occupational therapy line that you're leaving much behind you with your family, obviously, that's here to support you. I want to stress how much that Delaware Tech has grown over the years. When I drive up here and I see the legacy that was created, started as the Jason building and where we have come and what we're offering now, to think that we have doctoral programs rising from this campus, and that we're keeping pace with things internationally as well as locally, and this truly is a hub from everything we're doing from Power Frame out at the airport. This is truly a progressive institution. Congratulations to everyone who helped our honorees get recognized tonight. Congratulations to the campus for your legacy that you've created and the work that will go forward. So with that, I just have a couple of comments, I guess. I'm not sure where my...
Where did the tributes go? They're over
Oh,
here.
okay. And although I'm the representative here tonight, please understand that the other representatives are also equally proud. We just all get pulled in different directions, and so it's my honor to do this on behalf of some of the other representatives as well. This is a tribute that's being presented to, I say Captain Rodney Layfield. Be it hereby known to all that the House of Representatives recognizes Rodney M. Layfield, Delaware Technical and Community College Distinguished Alumni Award. We honor Rodney's outstanding contributions to the community and his devotion to Delaware Tech and Community College. His strength of character and his accomplishments are an inspiration to all. The House of Representatives extends its sincere congratulations and directs this tribute to be presented on this 25th day of September 2013. It's signed by former captain and Delaware Tech graduate Peter C. Schwarzkopf, Speaker of the House, Richard Puffer, Chief Clerk of the House, John Atkins, Representative, myself, and by former colleague Representative Stephen Smick. The next award goes to Sally Broadhurst. It says, the State of Delaware House of Representatives, be it hereby known to all that Sally Broadhurst, Delaware Technical and Community College Distinguished Alumni Award. We honor Sally's outstanding contributions to the community and her devotion to Delaware Tech. Her strength of character and her accomplishments are an inspiration to all. The House of Representatives directs this tribute and sincere congratulations be presented on this 25th day of September. It's signed by Speaker of the House Peter Schwarzkopf, by our Chief Clerk of the House Richard Puffer, by your Representative Stephen Smick, and by myself. With many congratulations, Sally.
Thank you very much. So now we've come to the point where I get to sit down and you get to hear, some very, very special stories. But I just wanted to say that Sally and Rodney, we're really grateful to have your stories to tell, because we truly believe that examples are powerful motivators. And we know that there are students who are here now, and there will be many, many more to come, who have not yet found inside of them the courage, the determination that you have demonstrated. So we believe that your stories will help inspire them to achieve their dreams. And we thank you both. Thank you.
Thank you, Dr. Smith. The Walk of Success Distinguished Alumni Award recognizes Owens campus graduates for their professional and career achievements related to their area of study, leadership reputation among colleagues, service to Delaware Tech and/or the community, academic achievements beyond Delaware Tech, and other significant contributions. In recognition of these accomplishments, bronze plaques bearing the name of the inductee, date of graduation, and the date of induction are placed on the walkway between the Stephen Betts Library and the William A. Carter Partnership Center. Honorees also receive a wall plaque. Please note that complete information about tonight's honorees are in the program. It is our tradition to have the nominator introduce our honoree. Our first recipient is Sally Broadhurst, and I now call on Joanne Cassidy, a colleague of Sally's, for the introduction.
Good evening. Madam President, Dr. Smith, Representative Briggs-King, Dr. Behrens, distinguished guests, alumni, and friends of Delaware Tech. It's truly my honor tonight to introduce one of our honorees, Sally Broadhurst. It's only fitting that a graduate of the OT Assistant Program be honored. We just passed a milestone in the program. It's been over 20 years that the program has been funded, founded, and accredited. In the last 20 years, over 150 students have left the program and started successful careers as occupational therapy assistants. This is a remarkable achievement which required the collective efforts of administration, faculty, staff, and most importantly, clinicians in our community. The expression "it takes a village" certainly applies to the occupational therapy assistant program. One of the extra special people in our village is Sally Broadhurst. As many of you have come to recognize, she's one of our pioneers, a member of one of our first graduating classes. A review of her academic journey shows her various interests and strengths. Her career at Delaware Tech began in the late 80s with classes through CCP in pool maintenance, catering, and bartending. These classes provided her with the necessary skills to have a job while she went to college. She transferred credits to Delaware Tech from Prince George's Community College, where she studied criminal justice. She did not choose the route that her fellow honoree chose here tonight, but instead came to Delaware Tech to follow in her sister Nancy's footsteps. A strong student, Sally graduated 2 years later with honors and joined the Nanticoke Hospital Services to provide home health and mental health services in the community. Not one to be stopped, she went on to achieve her master's to bachelor's to master's, bachelor's to master's, get them right in the right order, from College Misericordia in Dallas, Pennsylvania. She did that within 6 years. A list of her employment in our community reads like the healthcare listing in the phone book. Harbor Healthcare, Beebe Medical Center, Nurses and Kids, Stokely Center, Cadbury Assisted Living, and Cape Henlopen School District. This shows the wide spectrum of nursing homes, hospitals, schools, residential, and outpatient treatment programs, which not only demonstrates Sally's versatility, but also shows the wide impact of occupational therapy in our community. It's likely that there is not a single family in Sussex County that has not been touched by Sally's work. Whether it's aiding an older citizen to stay in her home versus moving to a nursing home, or to help a young child tie a shoe for the first time by himself, Sally has been there to serve the people of our community. When I first met Sally, I was struck by her wisdom, her caring attitude, and her passion for excellence in the OT assistant program. I knew this was a person that I wanted to know, but more importantly, a person that I wanted my students to know. Sally has provided invaluable service to the OT assistant program, taking students for clinical experiences in a variety of settings. Her passion to help her patients has ignited fires in her students. She works diligently to support those students through their education, and very importantly, models for them what it means to be a professional. She's been a steadfast leader on our advisory board, for whenever Sally speaks, people listen. She's a role model for OT assistants to go on to continue their education and to become occupational therapists. There's a critical need in our community for occupational therapists, and I sent many to her doorstep to benefit from her advice and counsel. As a matter of fact, just a couple of weeks ago, the first week of the school semester, she gave up her time to speak to my incoming class, to provide them with words of encouragement and to challenge them to be the best that they could be. Please join me in celebrating our distinguished alumni, Sally Broadhurst.
Thank you. It's truly an honor to accept this award. And I will tell anybody that listens that Delaware Tech has given me the foundation on which to spring forward and to move forward with the profession and all that I've learned. When I went on and got my master's degree, I almost felt like it was a repetition, and I truly believe that repetition is the best way to learn. So Delaware Tech gave me the tools, gave me, I feel, everything I needed to move forward and to flourish in this field that I love so much. So I thank you for this award.
Thank you, Joanne and Sally. Dr. Smith? Our second recipient is Rodney M. Layfield, and I now call on Kim Layfield, Rodney's wife, for the introduction.
Good evening, and first let me start off by saying congratulations to both. We come together tonight to honor these two outstanding citizens. I nominated Rodney based on his passion and drive to better serve and strengthen the very community with which we live. I would be remiss if I did not mention how we arrived at this point that has led us to be influential leaders in our community. Rodney and I both come from strong and stable, very supportive family backgrounds. We have been raised with Christian values, military and law enforcement, hence how we coach, backgrounds, and stability within our family network. These very values that I speak of have built the foundation for the individual person we are today. After Rodney and I married in 1999, we started a family. We soon realized that being involved with our children's school, sports, church was not an option, but an obligation. Rodney has exemplified that through Sussex Central Pee Wee Wrestling coach and coordinator, Sussex Central Pop Warner board member and coach, Georgetown Little League coach, Boy Scout co-leader, school board, and former vestry member of the church. So with that, I would like to introduce and welcome Rodney up to the stage.
Thanks, Kim. I'm very humbled and honored to stand in front of everyone this evening. Dr. Smith, fellow Del Tech family members, Dr. Hudson, the past superintendent of the Indian River School District, Representative Ruth King Briggs, Kevin Sockretter, Gillespie Precast, and other distinguished guests. Congratulations, Sally, on receiving this distinguished award. A few things I found true in public speaking. Brevity is most important. No political statements, and don't pretend to be somebody you're not. Wow, distinguished alumni, huh? I feel like an old Millsboro boy that had to land on his feet. I'm very fortunate to be this year's recipient, but I'm only able to receive this award this evening because of my family. I'm a very proud product of a household led by a man that's a United States Marine combat veteran, a retired Delaware State Trooper, and the best man in my wedding. He's also a good babysitter because he's off with Levi right now. Thanks, Pop. In my observations to include my private and professional life to date, I'm so fortunate to have the two hardest working people I've ever met, worked with, or known to be the two closest and most inspirational persons in my life, my mother and my wife. Awards and recognition seldom are given to those two, primarily because they never slow down enough to receive it. My parents set examples on parenting and stressed the importance of family to each one of their three boys. DFWTLB. So many hardworking adults provided me with the positive role models and influenced me to succeed. I strive to give my children and the other children in my community the same positive, enriching start. Speaking of starts, this evening I have my first grade teacher in the room, Mrs. Welch. Thank you for coming out, Mrs. Welch. I remember her so fondly because she could have been the only elementary school teacher that didn't paddle me. Del Tech has allowed a solid B student, that's a title that I was given by my history teacher in high school, the opportunity to not only learn, attend, and graduate college, but to succeed in that game called life. I would have never experienced several things that make me who I am today. The pride in paying for my own college by earning the Montgomery GI Bill through my service with the United States Marine Corps, or graduating from the Delaware State Police Academy, or becoming an advanced scout sniper on the Special Operations Response Team, or supervising several specialized units with the Delaware State Police, or graduating from the highly acclaimed FBI National Academy. These accomplishments led me to become an elected board member and vice president of the Indian River Board of Education, a leader in my church and community, a master police instructor, and coach of many youth programs to include Scouts, wrestling, and football. Delaware Tech and Community College has been a huge part of my life. Even before I was a student, when I was a senior in Sussex Central High School, I was to speak at my baccalaureate because I was a senior class secretary. Yes, secretary. I wanted to run for vice president. However, my senior class advisor, who was also that history teacher, explained a brief lesson on politics and dividing the vote, and ultimately assured me my secretary position was for me. So as secretary, I leaned upon my senior high school English teacher for my speech at baccalaureate. She provided me with the first few stanzas of There Was a Child Went Forth by Walt Whitman. Yes, Butch, the same guy the bridge name's after. A brief excerpt from this poem has stayed with me. There was a child went forth every day, and the first object he looked upon, that object he became. And that object became part of him for that day, or a certain part of the day, or for many years, or stretching many cycles of years. The poem goes on to describe things he sees, overhears, experiences, and how they stay with me to become part of who he is. Well, I'm sure many of you in the crowd are wondering, is that Rodney quoting a poem? Give me just a second. I remember every 4th of July, my grandparents, who I'm very fortunate to have with me tonight, sitting at this table, used to secure the parking spot closest to the huge American flag here at Del Tech at 4th of July for my brothers and family. I remember my mother's graduation from the nursing program here at Del Tech in 1980. I was 7 years old and in the gymnasium on the far east side of the college, and the speaker acknowledged that she gave birth to my youngest brother, Bradley, while going to college here at Del Tech. Both my mother and brother are about to defend their doctoral dissertations. You think that's a coincidence? I remember my father bringing me to the football field here at Del Tech to play Pop Warner football. I remember walking into the admissions office, being greeted by Walton Johnson and Richard Windsor. I remember a very nervous first-year student walking the hallways of this campus when Dr. Jack Owens approached me. He asked me to step into his office. He explained that he knew I was joining the Marine Corps and that I was to come see him when I graduated Paris Island the following year. I remember many classes and many fine instructors to include Howard Pender, Mr. D. Jordan, and Cliff Cubbage. Some of my most vivid memories are of Cliff Cubbage discussing a testing topic on Carl F. Rogers and interviewing. I remember returning to Del Tech my sophomore year as a Marine, and Jack Owens seeking me out, commenting on my sharp haircut, and handing me an Eagle Globe and Anchor tie pin from his desk drawer that was given to him while he was assigned in Washington, D.C. I remember graduating from Del Tech in 1993, out near that old American flag. Then again, a few years later, attending my Wilmington College graduation out near that same old American flag. I have a signed picture in my office of Dr. Jack Owens, my grandfather, Governor Carville, and Dr. William Carter, at that time my Northwestern Mutual Insurance agent, and I, during the dedication ceremony for the William Carter Partnership Center. I helped schedule and run the first annual Chad Spicer 5K run from Flex World through Del Tech and around that old American flag. Every day for the last 10 years, my children, you guys want to stand up for a second? Macy McKenna, my little softball player, Cody Benjamin, my frogging partner, who wanted to attend football practice tonight, and Levi Carson, that little terror Pop's watching right now. They all have attended this early childhood development center near that old American flag. As a troop commander of Troop 5, I drive by that old American flag every day for work. And just tonight, I'm missing Pop Warner football practice. And as a coach, I often reflect back to the experiences out there on the baseball fields that used to be my football field. It means a lot to me to be a Del Tech graduate. It means a lot to me to be a second-generation Marine. It means a lot to me to be a third-generation trooper. I stand a little taller, my back is a little straighter, and I still get goosebumps when I hear the national anthem as I pay my respects to that old American flag. And now I'm so humbled and honored to have my name inscribed in the Del Tech Community College, Dr. Jack Owens campus, Walk of Success by that old American flag. And to my family and friends in attendance tonight, I don't want to let you down, so I will stoop to everyone's low expectations. Dr. Smith, maybe, just maybe, we can consider one day a year allowing a distinguished alumni and just one guest the opportunity to catch and release bass in the pond by that old American flag. The rumor is, just the rumor, is there's some pretty large fish out there. I would like to thank everybody for coming, all the attendants and my children. You guys can sit down now. Thank you.
Before I turn it back to Connie, we noticed someone joined us, and I'd like to introduce him, Representative Steve Smith. Please stand. Steve, I believe it's your dad who's, just tell us.
That's correct. Rodney had sent me a photo of what he thought was me out there. The middle initial is H, and it stands for healthy.
So what a beautiful, demonstration of family. Here he is, and his dad is one of our inductees into the Walk of Success. So thank you all.
Thank you. Congratulations to both of our honorees. I would like to thank everyone for taking part in this evening's event, honoring Sally and Rodney. The Alumni Association is very proud to be able to recognize such outstanding individuals. Thank you, Sally and Rodney, for your contributions to Delaware Tech. I would like to thank everyone for attending tonight's event and for taking time from your busy schedules to spend this evening with Sally and Rodney. Please drive safely. Sally and Rodney, would you come up for photographs, please?